Welcome back to part two. You can see I've got a lot of people here this time. In fact, I've just realized I need to edit the name because it's not Rob Jones anymore. You can tell that this is live. Never worked with kids, animals, and Dawesy, but there we go. We're back for part two, and we're going to speak to our coordinators of the championship. You may or may not know whose phone's going. Jeepers.
It's probably my granddaughter looking for me.
Oh dear, you safe to stay, or do you need to get it?
No, I'm staying.
That's fine. We have our championships, the Formula Fords, the GTs, the hot hatches, and the saloons. And to enable them to work, we need coordinators that keep it going smoothly. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say so.
And the conduit between the drivers and the organisers. So I'm delighted to say that we have got the coordinators, some new faces as well. We're missing one of the championships, the Formula Fords. That's still fluid. That's ongoing. But as we work down the line, introduce yourself and which championship you're coordinator for.
Well, I'm Louis Davidson.
Lift it up. Go on, mate.
I'm Louis Davidson. I've been the GT coordinator for the past 17 years.
17,
Yeah.
Goodness me.
So this will be my 18th year.
That's incredible. I'd even lost track that it was that long, if I'm honest, because you used to race in it before that. Didn't
Yes. I raced from 99 to 2007 with a couple of years off.
you? Wow, fair play. So we'll come to you for GTs. If we go to you first of all.
Hi, I'm Tracy. I'm doing the hot hatch coordinator. This is my first time.
And what's your link? Because you're mum to
Yeah, I'm mum to one of the drivers, John McMillan.
John McMillan
Yep.
from the McGann.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. Well, welcome. I know you're terrified about this, but relax. You're in safe hands. You're absolutely fine.
Thank you.
So hot hatches, but you're not on your own for this first
No.
time. We got another newbie to the role, but not to the circuit.
Yes, hi, I'm Ben Pemberton. I actually started my racing career here in the hot hatches back in 2023. Did a full season in 2024, and I was asked if I'd like to be the hot hatch coordinator for 25. And I decided, you know what, I'd like a new challenge. So I'm now going to be helping Tracy with the hot hatch coordinator duties and also dealing with some of the regs and stuff to assist the drivers, make sure they're all up to par.
Fabulous. Well done. Thank you. Last, but by absolutely no means least, another familiar face and name. Introduce yourself.
I'm Caroline Sutton. I'm Nathan's mum that drives the green and yellow MG ZR in the saloons. Most of the saloon drivers will know me as Mark Sutton's widow. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but been coming down here for years. So Kat asked me, and I said, yeah, why not?
Absolutely. Yeah. Of course, a past champ, isn't he?
Yeah,
Your late
2020
husband.
was champion, yeah.
Yeah. An absolute gentle giant as well as he was.
He was.
Well, welcome to the team. So
Thank you.
wonderful. You kind of were historically always getting stuck in on the race days anyway, weren't you?
Yeah, whether it's cooking bacon butties, making the teas, the coffees, running around after tools, whatever.
Well, welcome to the role. You've now
Thank
got
you.
even more to do. So that's brilliant. But it's not your first rodeo, is it? Because you used to work for one of the motor clubs.
I used to run MCOS Motor Club, which was the Enthusiastics Motorist Club of Stonehouse back in Stroud, where I was chairperson and also organised single venue rally days as well.
Oh, brilliant. Of course, we got a rally event here as well this
Yeah.
year, haven't we? November.
Yeah.
I think I'm commentating here in the day and then hightailing it to host the awards in the evening. My wife tells me I work too hard. I don't know what she means. If you're watching, please do keep comments and questions coming in. Hello to the likes that have come in. John Green, Elizabeth Graney, welcome to you both. Louis, is it fair to say that it's not just a role to you? You're very passionate about the GT racing.
Oh, yes. Yeah. As I say, I started in 99 and got hooked immediately. Had to take a couple of years off for health reasons.
Right.
Then came back again. But during the couple of years I was off, I became the sponsor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the GTs were going to fold because of lack of sponsorship. So
Oh, wow.
put my hand in my pocket to keep it going.
Oh, wow.
So we kept it going. And so, yeah, and I've always enjoyed the GTs. It's very special because we have sort of fairly limited rules within GTs. So it's much more open, more relaxing. You know, you're not worried about very detailed law-abiding bits and pieces and all the rest of it. So
It's the weird and
it's-
wonderful,
It
isn't
suits
it?
me, and there's
Yeah.
a tremendous variety of cars you'll see.
It is. I mean, over the years, I mean, what did it used to be called? The Sports and GT? No.
Sports and GTs when I raced in it.
Yeah. And Special GTs as well
yes,
was another
yeah,
name it's
Yeah,
had.
that's right. And it had sports races in it up until 2015-ish. I can't remember if it was 15 or 16. But the trouble was the sports races got so fast and they were so low that it became difficult because the people in the GT cars just didn't see them coming.
No.
And didn't really understand the braking potential and how quickly they
A lot later.
A lot later.
Yeah, absolutely.
If at all.
Yeah, well, quite. Yeah, exactly. It could be in some cases. And of course, we see you here as one of the instructors on the Castle Combe Racing School.
Yes, I've been an instructor for 18 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
You never get away lightly if I introduce you, do you?
No, I'm always subject to abuse.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. It's the fun way to do it. I mean, going way back in the GTs, I had a friend's father raced a Hillman Imp. I mean, obviously it wasn't a Hillman Imp in the special GTs, and I was very lucky to come along as part of the team. I think all I did was fill up the water things, to be honest with you. But it's one of those mainstays for Castle Combe Circuit, isn't it? It's a championship that has to stay.
Yeah, well, people love seeing it because by their nature, some of them are very, very fast cars.
Yeah.
Really fast. And on the other hand, the others are more eclectic and interesting.
Absolutely.
So that's how it draws in the audiences.
I love that it's not just about admiring the cars in themselves, the speed and what have you, and the handling and then the drivers. But I find that it's very much an engineering masterclass as well.
Yes.
There's some special projects that we get to see.
Absolutely. Even some of the cars here today, you see, Alan Hamilton's driving.
Yep. The Tigris silhouette.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the engineering of that, just amazing.
Well, Ollie Ball used to pilot that.
That's
Impressive, didn't he?
Oh, really impressive lap time.
Twice very nearly champion in it as well,
Yes.
outright. Because that's the beauty, isn't it? Is that we've got the various classes and you score your points in that class. So anybody could end up being overall champion.
Absolutely right. And a couple of years ago, we modified the rules so you can enter as a team and not be disadvantaged.
That's right, yeah.
And I see that we've got a team joining this year. And I'd like to see more teams joining because, motor racing is expensive, so you can halve the cost. And with the two of you, you have every chance of winning. There's no disadvantage at all.
I don't think that stuck with the first champs that were in the team because it was a father and son, wasn't it?
Well,
so I don't
that's
think
right.
they halved costs at all there, did they?
Yeah. And in fact, guess what? The team that's entered this year's father and son.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fine. So there's more possibility. Come and
Yeah,
take advantage
yeah,
of it.
yeah.
And it is a great one. Jamie Sturgis, of course, is a
Yes.
past champ. He's back by the looks
Yes.
of it as well.
Absolutely.
Still working hard today on this
Yeah,
test day
yeah,
by the
yeah.
looks of it.
Keith Butcher's here today.
That
back with the
Lambo's
Lamborghini.
mean, isn't it?
That's a nice sound.
We're going to have Doug Watson is due back, but in a completely different car.
Yes, I think he's coming back in a BMW.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen his official registration yet.
Ah,
So I
really?
can't be sure which one
Fine.
is coming.
That Volvo Ferrari has been sold
Yes.
already, hasn't it?
Yes.
So it really is a wonderfully eclectic mix
Yeah.
over the years, and we've had some special champs like Ilsa Cox, obviously,
Yes, that's right.
getting it as well.
That's right.
And it is just wonderful
right.
to watch.
And we find that quite a lot of the Ginettas find a home here.
Yes,
So it's very popular with Ginettas.
which there's plenty out there.
Yes.
Come and race here and things like that. And in fact, I'm probably going to mess this up now because I'm not mechanically minded. I love being in the commentary box and I'm the fan in the box and I get excited. I'm not mechanically minded, but you have tried several times to explain to me that there is actually more cars out there that are eligible to race that probably don't know that they are.
Pretty much most cars
Yeah.
are eligible to race. As I said, in 2015, we said the sports racers can't race with us anymore.
Yeah.
But sports racers, there was never any road cars for sports racers. They were specifically designed for racing. They were out-and-out race cars. But pretty much any of which there's been road-going versions, can race with us.
Yes. Which I think that, like, one of the ones I think you and I touched on is that there's a lot of BMWs out there racing that come and race. They'll be brilliant in here.
Yeah, there's the M3s, for example. We set up a class for four-seaters to attract M3s.
Yep.
So, you know, otherwise, other four-seaters can come in that class as well.
Okay. So that's the big message here, is that more people can race in this than probably realise, and it is worth coming. We get big crowds here.
Correct.
It's such a community, and you know, as the coordinator, you work within that community.
Yeah. And I have to say, and I think every driver would agree with me in the GTs, it's a very friendly championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm part of the WhatsApp group, and the banter is just ridiculous. It's off the scale. And even when there's been some big moments and you think, wow, they're going to fall out. Nope. No, it's just brilliant spirit between all of them. I mean, Dylan Popovich is just an almighty character.
Yeah. and in fact, you know, he kept the championship alive to literally the last corner.
It was, exactly. It was. I remember it being absolutely epic. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. It was really, really good. And yes, the Ferrari took it in the end. So fair shout. Well, thank you, Luis. Don't go anywhere, obviously, because we might come back to you as well. Moving along the line, and we'll go to the hot hatches together, I guess, is the best thing to do.
Okay.
I'll start with Ben, so you can have a bit more of a breather. So does that mean you're not behind the wheel then this year?
I'm not behind the wheel at Combe, but I am still behind the wheel. I've had to find a championship where none of the dates clashed with duties for Combe, but also for my spannering duties.
Yes.
Because obviously I'm a mechanic in the Focus Cup, a bit of a shameless plug there. But we were just out at Donington last weekend.
And
our first round. Yes, you were. I did. I thought I heard your dulcet tones over the speaker. I was like, that sounds like Chris Dawes. So I'm actually racing in the BRSCC Super Sport Endurance. We had our first race a few weeks ago at Silverstone GP. Not the best start to the season. Went out in quali and had a couple of issues with the car. I clipped a curb too much because I've too used to cutting corners in the sprint race format, where I should really be looking at endurance racing and taking things a bit steady. Yeah, so just minor damage to the car, and unfortunately the guys, bless them, they worked so hard to get the car back out, but the race got brought forward 45 minutes and we just ran out of time. So unfortunately I had to sit and watch the race go by, and it was annoying because Tim Harvey and Colin Turkington were in the same race, and it would have been great if I'd got one up on a touring car drive. I would have ridden that high for months. I've done a touring car drive. So I'm just taking a couple of rounds off just while I sort budget out and things like that. But I'm looking to come back strong for the second half of the season. Donington GP in first week or second week of June, I think it is.
Fair
enough. Top of my head.
Very different to obviously racing here in the Mini, but it means you've got an understanding of the hot hatch championship, of course, as it is nowadays. Started its life as a series. How are you feeling about getting your teeth into being a coordinator? Are you aware of the task that you've got to do on a race weekend and leading it up to it, I guess? Yeah,
I mean, obviously it's a big ask. Thankfully, given the size of the grids we usually get in the hot hatches, we've got 2 coordinators, so we are able to split the duties, which helps. Obviously, it is a big ask, but I think coming from racing in the series and then when it became a fully fledged championship last year, having that perspective from a driver's side, I think is actually going to help me very much as a coordinator, because you understand like how a driver's feeling on a race day, the kind of pressure, have they got everything? Have they checked everything? And having someone who's experienced that and understands how a driver feels on a race day and can actually relate to them, I think is a good thing. And also being my background's sort of in engineering and sort of technical stuff, I can assist the drivers with any kind of technical queries as far as the regs, sticker placements, that kind of thing. Whereas then Tracy can sort of help with the signing on and doing the more kind of personable stuff, which I think is good. We've got that sort of joint effort, and I think we'll be really, really good this year in the championships. I'm looking forward to it.
Pass the microphone down. Yes, you're going to speak now, because I'm going to go, how did you get collared into this?
Well, my son asked me to do it.
Okay.
Cat out. So I came and I done one at the end of season. to cover the girl that wasn't here. I think John done 3 for Cat, and then I done the last one.
Okay.
And then they just offered me if I'd like to come back. And
Before you were doing this then, were you here and watching?
yeah, I was watching, stressing.
So you're definitely a fan.
Going really grey.
Yeah. And I guess this is a great opportunity to interact with everybody and keep everything moving nice and smoothly.
Yeah, it is.
Because we want them to enjoy the race day, don't we? At the end
we
of the day.
do. We do.
And keep the information coming to commentators as well.
Yeah. I told the drivers as well, I'm not John's mum. I'm Tracy.
Yeah, and I guess you do need to try and break that apart a little bit.
Yeah, that definitely does. When he's racing, I'm not mum.
Yeah, exactly. Fair enough. Well, welcome to the team.
Thank you very much.
And you can breathe again now.
Thank you.
And I'm going to now go right the way to the end. Caroline, lovely. I mean, obviously, I see you every race meeting. You're here anyway, aren't you?
Definitely, yes, yeah. Doesn't get any easier. Gets more so now, especially with Nathan driving Dad's car.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I still think that's special that left the livery as it is as well, because it's become synonymous
It'll
now.
never change. Kermit will never change.
It can't, can it?
No, Kermit will never change.
That was the championship winning car livery.
Yeah, 2020 Mark won the championship. He was first, Chris Signal was second, and Adam Preble was third in his two litre.
Yeah.
The 2 little cars beat the big boy.
They did. Another championship where, of course, it's in the classes that you score the points. So the champ can come from any of the classes. So it's another championship that's been here for many, many years and is a mainstay. Whereas like the hot hatches is a more recent thing. The saloons, it's got to be here to stay. It kind of up and down in terms of its numbers, but things have to change over time.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we used to come and watch before Mark raced, and we'd be up on the bank and said to me one day, "That looks like fun. Let's go buy a car then."
Yeah.
And he just looked at me, and I went, "You're not going to find out up here."
No,
So
exactly.
he did do the hot hatches for a while as well. He was doing the saloons and hot hatch. At one point, Mark wasn't obviously in Kermit.
Yeah.
But he was doing both at one point, and then he settled on the saloons.
Yeah, because Nathan had a blue Astra for a little while as well, didn't he?
That was Dad's car.
Was it?
That was Dad's second car.
Oh.
We also had a purple Cavalier, and the same person damaged that as well, and got slaughtered by his sister, who's now his mechanic.
She is.
So yes, he wrote off the Astra.
That was heading up into Quarry, wasn't it?
Yes, with me on the pit wall.
Oh Lord!
All I could see was I thought was smoke at the time. It was the radiator.
Oh.
And someone on the pit wall that went, "It's the radiator. It's not on fire. You're all right." Yeah. When that's just gone past, Nathan goes past, and Nathan goes up in a plume or something. So yeah.
See, that means you've experienced the highs and the lows.
Oh yeah.
And you're able to work with all of the drivers to keep everything flowing through the day.
Yeah.
What's your advice then? So if people are at a race day,
yeah,
and I guess is if they've got any questions, if they're unsure about anything, if something's not quite feeling quite right, that they come to you and you are that conduit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Been around the drivers today. We've got 2 back. James Keeping's back, who hasn't raced for 2 years.
Yes, brilliant.
So he's back, and at the moment they're putting a rear beam in here because he then went into the wall at tower on the first go out.
Oh, I saw it come back on the trailer.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're putting a rear beam in that, and then Kieran Simmons is also back
That's
today
brilliant.
as well.
Yeah.
And the last time he was raced was the year that Mark won the championship in 2020.
Wow. Okay.
But most of the drivers and most of their partners and their kids know me anyway because I've been in the paddock for so long.
Yeah.
And they all know to look for Kermit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Car 26, Kermit. They find that. They know they'll find me not far from there, unless I'm strolling around the paddock. So come and ask me anything. If I can help, I'll help.
And you got to stroll around the paddock more this year than you have historically then. Are you all right
Yes.
there, Tracy? Don't panic, relax, you're fine, you can cough, it's not a problem. I mean, Louis, from your experience then as a coordinator, what's the advice that you would give the new coordinators?
Well, the role is essentially, from the driver's point of view, to listen to what they say, and from the club's point of view, to get their message out.
Yes.
And coordinate the two. And I think as long as you bear that in mind and you're available to the drivers all day,
Yeah.
so they can contact you whenever they've got any sort of queries or problems, and you're available to the club so you can get messages out.
Of course,
That's
yeah.
it. It's just plain availability and helping out, really.
Yeah, I guess one of the things, and we'll wrap this up in a second, but one of the things I've always thought is that you must have a challenge that these guys are going to experience. I use the phrase, you can't let the tail wag the dog, because drivers are never happy.
Oh, mine are.
But they're always
not
gonna
saying a
find
word.
something to request or complain about. And you do still need to take that on board and feed it back, but it doesn't mean everything that gets brought up is going to happen.
No, I mean, obviously, nobody gets exactly what they want all the time. I mean, that's life.
Yes.
But it's actually finding a fair solution that solves people's problems
Yeah.
as best as possible.
And making them feel
Yeah,
listened to.
Yeah, but you know, you make it sound as if there's a constant problem.
No,
Which isn't the case at all. It's just
it depends who's driving, but
during
yeah.
the course of the year, people will have suggestions to make. You know, in some cases they put it slightly stronger than a suggestion.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just a question of dealing with it and coming to the right conclusion.
No, exactly. Well, listen, I think we could carry on talking forever on this, but the biggest thing is welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being still here with us as well, Louis. Much appreciated. Let's hope for a really successful season in the GTs, the hot hatches, the saloons, obviously the Formula Fords, which I think there are conversations hopefully going on today. Emma, bless her, taking a little bit of a rest this year, which is understandable. Thank you for the comments coming in. Ryan, not comments, sorry, the likes and loves. We had Ryan Forward, Graham Gillings, Goose, hello, mate, Viv, Tarrant, and Mary Ward, Mary of the Nathan Ward fame. That's his mum in the Formula Fords. So hope that gives you a bit of a flavour for the role of the coordinators, the championships that we're looking at this year. I think it's safe to say all of our championships, they're looking promising this year.
Definitely.
Gonna
Yeah,
be exciting.
definitely.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be
Thanks
back,
for
and
having
I'm
me.
actually going to be back very shortly for this one, because we're going to have Bath Motor Club on to talk about rallying in literally a few moments' time. See you in a